Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to my YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. And I say again, welcome to my YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. And for tonight's topic on this video, I just briefly want to talk about the military. And this right here is a cautionary tale. And the topic is handle your business in the military. This is a cautionary tale. And why am I saying this? Well, I mean, as for myself, having served, 20 years and 4 months in the armed forces, I've seen, things happen. I've seen people come and go, and I've seen some people that had their career and they started off in the right direction, but somehow they got off track. And one thing led to another, and before you knew, things spiraled out of control, and the next thing you know, their career took a turn for the worse, or it was over, and it went in the wrong direction. And why I'm saying this is for those that are in the military, and this applies for the new jacks, those that are in the middle of their careers, and those that may be towards the end. And also, for those of you who are civilians and you are considering a career in the military, this is a cautionary tale, because the United States Armed Forces, once you swear under oath and you sign that dotted line, unlike the civilian side with a job, if you feel that you're about to get fired or you're about to get in some trouble, you can always quit. Whereas once you swear in under that oath with Uncle Sam and you under that contract, they have you and they have a lot of control over you. And what you do in the military, you can best believe that record will follow you for the rest of your life. And so this right here is a tale, for those that are considering a career and those that have one, is to make sure that you handle your business. And when I say handle your business in the military, that means everything from, if it's professional military education, make sure you take care of that, get that stuff knocked out. If it means being properly prepared, so that you can excel in your physical fitness test or your physical fitness program, physical fitness, as I alluded to in other videos, is a part of the military culture, and it is part of the military way of life, and it's also a component in your job description. So you are required in any branch of service to be able to pass their physical fitness tests and their programs, and preferably you'd want to excel and not just be the bare minimum, but these things, that's just some of the aspects, if it's in regards to your finances, the military doesn't play so much as even bouncing a check. If you don't handle your financial affairs, they definitely are going to spank you for it, and you can wind up getting in trouble and with some serious repercussions behind it, So you got to definitely, when you in the armed forces, once you swear in and you take under that oath, and your name is signed on that dotted line, while you belong to Uncle Sam, you need to stay on your square. And when I'm talking about staying on your square and handling your business, that means that you don't want to, once you get in the armed forces, if you started off on the right path, you don't want to let up. You want to stay on the right path. Because the military is different than the civilian side. You got to wear a lot of different hats, and it requires much more discipline, And so if you don't discipline yourself, things can kind of get away from you. And there are times and periods in the armed forces when sometimes the pace is fast and sometimes the pace is slow. And so there will be times when you'll have some downtime, to kind of coast on through, but take advantage, of the opportunities afforded. What sense does it make for you to go and serve, give Uncle Sam a portion of your life, and to go into the military, and you don't take advantage of the educational benefits. You don't take advantage, of certain key opportunities that may not be so easy to get, on the outside, on the civilian side. So you want to capitalize, on whatever opportunities that you can, because believe you me, like a record or like anything else, you will reap what you sow. And these things that you do in the military, the habits that you form, the discipline that you form, and that you develop, all of these things are going to carry over when you leave the military. Because anybody that knows, that you old heads know, if you towards the end of your career, or those of you that are planning on getting out, the military career does not last forever. And I will say this, that to be honest with you, it's really a young man's game. Not unless you're going to be a career officer, and you have to make certain grades and rank in order to be able to stay. And I think like maybe your generals might be able to go up to, I think maybe 40 years, maybe, but that's your generals, so if you're a full bird colonel, I guess you probably can get maybe 30 something years in. But either way, whether enlisted or officer, it's going to take work. And you don't get to those grades like that, without handling your business, without dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Trust me, I got 20 years experience, so I know what I'm talking about. And if you don't stay on your square in any branch of service, they have what's called the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and it is in the military the arm of the law. And they can bend it or flex it, to work it, to suit, whatever they deem necessary to, for disciplinary action. And you don't want to, waste your time, if you're going to go into the military, the saying, if you're going to go in, don't do anything. If you're going to go and do it right. And the one thing about the military, they will hold you accountable. That's a fact. So if you guys are just starting out in your career, you are the new jacks. If you're going through basic training, if you're going through, AIT, what I'm saying, or if it's the Air Force Tech School, any training schools, even your first duty assignment, don't try to outsmart the instructors. Don't do it. They've been doing this game, a long time, and they see new recruits, like every day. In every branch of service, they have a turnover, of a platoon, a unit, squad, that they come in, whether they turn over some 8 weeks, some 12 weeks, depending on what your branch of service is, but I would have to figure the longest probably might be maybe 3 months, 3.5 tops for any basic training. So they see, hundreds of thousands of new recruits, coming in, and they seen many tricks, played. So a word to the wise is sufficient. Handle your business, go through the process, and do it the right way. So that way you don't have to have any unnecessary problems or cause yourself any unnecessary headaches. And possibly have to be recycled. For those that once you get in, your basic training and your tech schools or your AIT, that's just you ain't even scratched the surface. Saying your first couple of years in the military, you still a new jack. There's like a probationary period, and so they got you walking that chart line, and you want to stay, off the disciplinary line, which they might call it the green mile, dead man walking. So handle your business. Once you learn the rules, make sure that you follow them. Don't try to take the shortcuts, and don't try to be slick or beat the system. One man cannot beat a system. And I've seen it happen before. And for the OGs or the old heads in the military, I've seen people get caught towards the end of their career if they doing stuff that was slim shady or shiesty, and the military find out, they have, agencies, special investigative agencies, for the Air Force, OSI, for the Navy and Marines, NCIS, and I believe the Coast Guard would have something similar to NCIS. Navy Criminal Investigative Service. The Army, CID. So they have, undercover special agents, that blend in, with members in the branch of service, or they go to different units, you could be working right next to somebody, they could be living right, right in the next house, or on, right next to you, you could be going past them in base, could be following you. And then they pull a sting operation and you get busted. If you don't believe what I'm talking about, I've seen instances where they've had what do you call it, prostitution rings broken up in the military. Seen it happen on in certain bases that I was at. I'm not going to call it names, but certain assignments that I was on. It's happened on deployments where people have gotten caught. Everything from prostitution rings being broken up to drug dealers on base. I'm trying to tell you, I know what I'm talking about. And with the military, sometimes we might call them being a bit anal retentive, where they can take something small that may not be a big deal on the civilian side, but in the military, there's a rule or a law for it, So I'm just, giving a heads up. This is a cautionary tale. Whatever it is that you have to do while you are in that branch of service, handle your business, and go through the process. Do it right the first time and do things the right way so you don't have to have headaches, and problems following you. Because, trouble is easy to get into, but hard to get out of. But that's a cautionary tale, And if you value your career and you want to preserve it, then like anything else, you got to do what it takes in order to keep it and maintain it. Once you hit a standard of excellence, you have to do the work to maintain it. And so don't get lazy. But if you and it ain't rocket science and it's not hard. But if you do what you have to do while you're in the military, I'm talking about it could be a smooth ride, because it's not rocket scientists. Others have made it through. I made it through. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a Superman to make it in the military. All you got to do is just, be determined, have a made up mind, and have discipline, and just follow the rules, and it'll be a pretty smooth ride for you, but take advantage of those opportunities, because once you become a veteran, there's benefits or bennies and privileges that follow, that will follow you if you do well. All right. That's all I have for this one, guys. I want to say thank you to all those that have subscribed. Thank you for your time for watching this video. Thanks for listening, guys. And also I have a podcast on Anchor and Spreaker. Snacks Thoughts, SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And you can find that podcast on Anchor, Spreaker, Spotify, SoundCloud, Radio PBM, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and a host of other social media outlets. The name of this channel is Eric Broadus YouTube, EricBroadus YouTube, or EricBroadusYouTube.com. And I've also begun teaching classes on Skillshare on how to succeed in the military. So I will leave the referral link in the description. Hit that link, and join the class. I will be setting up, part 2, and I will enjoy sharing the knowledge and experiences that I've gained in the military so that it can help, others succeed. The best thing you can do if you make it through to the other side is to reach out and help someone else. Each one reach one, and each one teach one. But that's all I have on this one, guys. Share it, push it out, all right? Peace out, and I will see you soon on the next one. Later.